So this is the first thought box after the hair thing, after being shaved. Thought box 7. I haven't recorded anything in a little while. Haven't done anything really in a little while except try and get my head straight. I guess that's gonna be the topic of this one. We all need moments of clarity. We all need to purge, to refresh, to renew, to reboot. We all need this. And a lot of people don't ever do it until they're forced to do it, until their body breaks down, until things fall apart. And all the work they were doing to say, oh, I'll continue doing my work while this thing going on, and I'll ignore it and I'll just do the work, and to be productive while, yeah, okay, I understand that. And hell, that might actually be a good way to go about it, at least for a while. But that doesn't work for me personally. I'm just being personal. Personally, it doesn't work for me. I can't do my work, not really, when it's all kind of mess and junk in my head. And I was noticing recently that I was becoming someone that I wasn't. At least that I didn't want to be. And it was getting worse. It was like a disease. It just getting worse the longer I left it untreated. And I was kind of forced into just saying, you know what? I can't function. I can't write. I can't do anything. Let me just chill for a second. Let me grid drop for a minute. Let me get Henri back on track. You know. This names are an interesting thing. Cause like I have a bunch of names. Henri, Chris, Christoph, Chrissy, Pepsi, Bouncer, Music Man, H, Henry, um, O'Neill, all kind of stuff. I have a bunch of names, and they're all facets of me. You know, I'd like to think of my progressive self, my overcoming self as Henri because no one calls me that in the Bahamas, and this is where I feel stifled. So that was my original uh, reason for using that name when I traveled. But I think I like Chris. I think I like that now. I've come out the other side because not until recently people call me Chris. Like not until very recently. So it's like coming out the other side. But yeah, just I really wasn't liking how I was becoming, and I think a lot of people sweeping under the rug, consciously or unconsciously, subconsciously, um, hoping either it'll go away or it'll sort itself out or they'll worry about it later down the line. But worrying about it later down the line causes all of what you've been doing to be destroyed. Because, I mean, you could act out and all the work you did is ignored now. That's not, see, that's the thing. My grid drop wasn't even conscious like that. I just noticed, oh wow, I'm grid dropped. Oh wow, I'm trying to get myself straight again. Before that's the thing. I can't with good conscience write and play and say and do the things I write, play, say, and do if that's not me. If I don't really believe those things anymore, and that's what it was. That's what it was. It was that's what we all need to do. Like every now and then, say, you know what? Let me see where I am in my head. Or you'd be like me. You say things and be surprised that come out your mouth. Like, whoa, I don't, I don't fully believe this. At least not with the vehemence that I'm saying it. Not like that. or worse, I say better, but worse, you do something that's out of character, that's out of pocket of yourself. I don't want to get to that point because I was tripping. I mean, like, there's a not even a thought box. I don't know what to call it. That I recorded before this when I was in the middle of that, and it's like that's never going to see the light of day. No one's going to listen to that. It's gone. It's like it's a lost person crying out. You know what I mean? But yeah, it, I've come out the other side of this now. And every now and then, because that's the thing, it's not like one big thing and then you out and you finish. No, no, no. It always comes back. It always comes back. You can never fully beat it. 'Cause it defeats the whole purpose of it. It's to make you stronger. When you don't fight it anymore, you have nothing to make yourself stronger. That's like saying, okay, I'm gonna lift some weights to gain muscle, but this weight too heavy. So I'm gonna lift something that's 10, 15, 20, 30 pounds lighter than it should be because it's easy to deal with. It's not an exact analogy, but it's close enough for the purposes of what I'm trying to say. It's like, if anything, you want the weight to get more because you're stronger now, and now you can put down the weights and lift that car off of someone who trapped. You know what I mean? Like, to use an example, like, use the strength that you gain from the struggle to help someone with their struggle. See, that's the thing. And then some people will say, "Oh, well, what about me?" You taken care of. That's the thing. We need to get to this point in our thinking where it's like, you just do for others. Because if everyone does this now, and everyone won't, whatever. But if everyone does this, if we get to the point where we do this as a species in the universe, everyone's covered. Because like, if two people in the room, there's three people in the room, and A, B, and C, and A doing for B and C, and B doing for A and C doing for B and A, everyone getting done for. I'm not saying to completely neglect yourself. No, 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 no. Of course you have to look out for yourself, of course. But it's the intent, it's the mindset you go into doing things. With all things. But just use this little thing here. Let's take things in little pieces and then combine the pieces at the end. Right? Maybe that's what these Thoughtbox is going to be. Little piece of how you view it. Because some people view life as, okay, I'm going to do for myself and then I'll do for others. If anything, it should be equal. If anything. And living here, it makes it harder to think this way. It's more weight to lift, which means you're stronger when you leave. People don't do for other people here. People very selfish and small-minded here. So it's more of a struggle to live that way, to be that way, to exist with that mindset in this circumstance, in this stance that encircles you, the thing that you're surrounded by, that you're engulfed in. It's hard, but it's worth the struggle. I think that's the theme. That's the theme I'm living by. Because for a second, it was like, and it's funny. As soon as that switch happened, as soon as that turn in perception happened, I just checked out. It's like it's not worth the struggle anymore. And as soon as I thought that, I just didn't care. It didn't matter. No one mattered anymore. And I experienced how it is to be an average Bahamian. And I didn't like it. And once again, I'm not doing this just to be above. No. No. This is a personal thing. It's not about them. I'm using them to juxtapose my situation with theirs. That's all. This is Comparison's sake. That's the only reason. It's perception. That's the perception we need to get over too. That we better than them. No. We doing something right that they're not doing, something that they're falling on, sure. You're not better than them. You have to get out of that mentality. We have to get out of that mentality. We have to step outside of that mentality and not ever go inside that again. Because it's an Iron Maiden. It kills you when you're inside of that. No. Perception. Perception is such a tricky thing. So much things hinges on perception. Think about it. Think about it. Two people walking in the desert. One person, head down, only see the sand. They don't know if the next town 2 feet, 20 feet, 2 days away. They can't tell. So each step is much more of a struggle than it needs to be. It needs to be a struggle, but much more a struggle than it needs to be. Because they don't see, they don't perceive the distance that they need to travel to get to a rest point. The other person beside them head up. They see the oasis. Like, okay, it's far, it's gonna suck to walk there, but I can see it. It's there. It's not a mirage. It's not. I know it's there. I've been there before, so I know the distance. It's long, but once I get there, I can chill for a minute before I start walking again. But if you stay in oasis, you eat it all up. It's all gone, and that don't serve no purpose either. You gotta keep on moving. Oases or oases, whatever the plural of that word is, whatever, is a rest point. You rest, recuperate, and move. It's journey, not destination. That's the thing. And not in the airy fairy hippie garbage. No. It is the journey. Because what's the destination? Really, if you ask what's the destination? If you stop moving as entropy, we're like sharks. We stop moving, we die. So it's never destination. It's destination in the moment, sure. But once that moment's passed, it's a new destination now. And to get to a new destination, the journey to it, it's all journey. It's all journey. Destinations are stepping stones along the path. The path, the journey. That's the thing. Where are you going? How are you getting there? Because when people say where are you going, they think about the destination. No. Perception. It doesn't revel in glory and stay, and it moves on to the next. You can get back around that second again. Perception. It coming back around. Everything comes back around. Everything is cycle. Everything is cycle. Something is cycle so long it don't even seem like a cycle. We can't see the cycle, but it's a cycle. It's cycles. Perception. These are key things we need to get. We need to get it. Cause that's where depression comes in. Because we don't see it out. We don't. His hope is dead. That's what depression is to me. I've been depressed. I've been suicidally depressed. Yeah, I've been there. I struggle with it every now and then. But I noticed when I look back at it, it's like I had no hope. It seemed like I had my head down. I was just seeing the sand. To go back to that. But no, it's just right there. And what's right there? What's distance? Perception. Right there could be 2 seconds away for one person, 2 years away for someone else. Perception. Doesn't change the distance. The distance is the same. But is it the same? Distance is personal, as time is personal. We need to get this. We need to get this. We need to get this. This is core stuff again. This is foundation stuff. All the thought boxes are foundation stuff we need to get to move on to get to the other things. Maybe we never get it. Maybe it's like a destination. Even if we get there, we leave it behind. You know what I mean? You go to Oasis, the shade there, and the moment you're in the shade, it's awesome. But when you're in the sun again, the shade thing is only a memory. I mean, it doesn't carry over. And that's the thing. It's like mana. You can't save it up. It don't work that way. You can't hoard it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Get it as a blessing. You use it as it's supposed to be used, and then you move on in faith that it will come back around again in the cycle that it does. We're going to be great when we get it. We're going to be great when we get it. And not just understand it, not just, oh, okay, no. Internalize it to the point where it's breathing. Where it's cyclic like everything else. But that's the thing. It needs to become the clock itself, where everything else, time or stuff, happens, but it happens in the framework of it. So it's part of the cycle in that it frames the cycle. See, that's the thing. That's what this needs to become for us. And once we get to that point, once we have our clock, the hands can do whatever they need to do. Some clocks could have 23 hours. Some could have, I don't know, 43. And it's personal. And even that's cyclic, because it only has 12 numbers on it. At least the civilian clock. And it goes twice in 24. Goes over the same numbers, the same 12 noon and 12 midnight, completely different, Completely different. Noon and midnight only exist for that 1 minute. For that 1 minute and not 24 hours. It only exists for one, and it's so iconic. But it only exists for 1 minute. It's not 12:01 noon. It doesn't work. Noon's only for 12. Yeah. We could get it. But it's gonna unlock things, as all these things do. And this one might be a skeleton key. This might open a bunch of other doors that we might not have the keys for. See, that's the sweet thing about it. That's the sweet thing. That's the awesome thing that he gives us. Because that's the thing. So we don't have all the keys. No one have all the keys. It doesn't work that way. He gives us a couple skeleton keys, so he gives a couple of those, and they open a bunch of doors that we otherwise would not be able to get into because we don't have the keys for those. And sometimes people who have the keys ain't around in our lives, or out of pocket, or we out of pocket. It's amazing, man. Life's amazing. That's the thing that come out the other side of darkness. You see the light. Life's amazing, man. We're amazing. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. As always, just a thought.